In this video, we're going to talk about silver and gold as your savings account. I hope people get something from this video because it takes a lot to, really have the power to save money. And I'm going to tell you a story at the very beginning of the video, how I really started getting into silver stacking. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let's just get into the video right now. When I first started working, folks, I had a hard time saving money. I would burn money. I would buy junk I did not need. I would be one of those people, oh, if my friends got a new phone, I had to go get a new phone. And this goes on from there. I bought I loved going out to eat when I was a lot younger. My dad didn't like that. My dad said, you need to eat at home. You're blowing your money on all this crap that you don't need. And, in a way, he was right, because I would go out and go hit, 4 or 5 buckets of golf balls at the golf range. At the time, it was probably expensive now, for our money now, but, when I started working, folks, I was making $7 an hour. All right, and that's not a lot of money in today's standards. So I would go hit, 2 hours with the golf balls, work my butt off, and then I would go work for go to the golf range and go hit a couple. I would be blowing money that way, stuff like that. That once the golf balls are gone, you just whack the golf balls in the field, see how far you can hit them, and move on. It was stuff like that, all these little things that add up. So over the years, I really don't talk to my dad that much no more. He's been married 3 or 4 times, and I just got sick of that. So yes, we all have issues. So when I started, in Maine, stacking silver, I was really not stacking myself. I was more of a flipper back then, going to coin shows and selling at the flea market. Most of you guys know that story and how I help people with that. Then when I came down to Florida here, I started seeing silver about $12 an ounce. It really dropped back down from the high 50s to 40s that we had back in 2011. I started dabbling in it again, little by little. And I was going to the coin shop that I work for now, all right? I was buying a little bit. I didn't know about all these online bullion dealers. I was still green myself. And over the course of the years, yes, you start accumulating and accumulating. And since then, I have not given up 1 ounce of silver, folks. As I say, it takes time. So if you're in a position having a hard time to save money, look, we all can stack a little bit. I don't care how poor people are. We have a guy that comes in and buys a couple dimes, and he basically lives on the streets. It's his choice. He don't need to be living on the streets, but it's his choice to be doing that. And he just, I don't know where he keeps his silver from. We're at. I think he might have a storage unit somewhere, and he puts it in there, and but we all can stack a little bit. My first thing is have a budget. Don't spend money on silver, gold, or platinum before you pay your bills. Now before I go into that a little bit more, yes, there's no need to overstate your silver, which what I'm trying to say is don't put more money in silver and gold that you don't need to. You've heard me say that before. And I know I sound like I'm a broken record at times, but the message is so important because I see this quite often. People buy too much, or some people don't. They seem that they can afford a bit more, but they don't buy enough, and they come back in when the price is higher. Look, cost average, okay? That's my main message, cost average. And another message is don't compare your stack with anybody else's stack. Now, you see a bunch of $half, Walkings and Franklins here. I got more. You guys seen my stack before. And I don't like to show it all at once because I don't want to mislead anybody or somebody thinking, oh, I'm never going to get that much. Look, have a goal, okay? Have a goal for 2025. Have a goal for the rest of the year. Have little goals. Have achievable goals. Even, like I've said in many videos, even if it's a can like this, and your goal is to get this filled up with junk silver by a certain date, have that goal in mind. And yeah, you might have to work your butt off to get it, but it is achievable to keep stacking. Then the other warning, I just picked this one up. Before I move on, I just picked this one up off of eBay. No, it's not in the greatest shape. It's got a little toning on it. The back's not too bad. I just picked this one off of eBay with shipping for $10.63. Added to the stack. One coin, folks. Okay? We all can do that. $10.63. I think most of us can afford about $10, $11, $11.50 for a silver half. Maybe every time you get paid, maybe once a month, maybe a couple of them each month. And it adds up quick. You're going to be surprised of what you do when you start saving, especially silver. Never mind gold right now. Gold, to me, it's just too expensive. Do I think gold's going to go up in price? Yes. But, start with silver if you have a low-income budget. All right? Don't venture out into gold right off the bat. I think silver is in short supply. All right? Yes, we can argue. There's plenty online. Plenty at Pinbacks, plenty at SD Bowling, plenty here, plenty at your coin shops. That is not what I am saying. There is a silver shortage. If you look at the charts, they're warning us. There's not enough people in the States are stacking silver and gold. If we can just get 2, 3, even 4% more people stacking silver, it's gonna be drying up, and that is just a true statement. I have given out, information how I stack. And, some of these YouTubers, which they're not doing anything wrong, okay? They not the YouTubers themselves. Their guests sometimes have these extraordinary prices, okay? And, and some of them make a point, some of them don't. Some YouTubers make their points when they have a blown up price of silver and gold. Those are the people you want to watch. Like Ron's Basement. Ron explains every single time when he puts a price out there. And he explains why it's possible. He's not saying to anybody out there, or I'm not saying to anybody out there, this is going to happen indefinitely. That's not what we're trying to do here. All right, Ron does a good job of explaining his prices when he does his videos. So, and I've seen not so much the YouTubers are blowing it up. It's their guess, silver is going to go to $500 an ounce, $1,000. And there's no explanation whatsoever with that statement. We can all guess what's going to happen. And that's really what it is, because where we are right now, especially with the silver price, and I've said this before, we're really on uncharted territory. Yes, we've had a couple sessions where we had silver at $50 or so, a little bit below $50. But we don't have a lot of history at $30 silver price mark, $32, $35, where we just hit recently. We don't have a lot of charting to go with that. You can take a person like Keith Newmeyer. We all know he wants $100 silver. And I think, at some point, we're going to get that. When that's going to happen, he don't know. I don't know. Nobody knows for sure. So, when you're out there purchasing silver, little by little adds up. All right, that's the main point. I have a young girl that comes in once a week. She gets paid once a week. She will come in, buy 1 ounce, 2 ounce, up to 4 ounces at a time. If she has any money left over after her bills are paid, she might come in and get an ounce or 2 on that. Have a plan, and also have a plan what you're going to do with it. Because if your plan is to pass it down to your relatives, which is perfectly fine, have a letter in there. Let him know the value if you don't want to say what you're doing openly before you pass on. I do recommend talking to friends and family about silver and gold. Let him know what you plan to do, and let him know the value, because, I've said this before in videos too. I've seen it from time to time, folks. People come in and they say, I know this is worth something, but I don't know how much. And really, you don't want, certain coin shops or pawn dealers to hear that line, because they might take advantage of you. Okay, you want to let people know, what you're going to pass down to them, is my opinion. And if you don't want to do it, have some kind of a spreadsheet or a note in where you're keeping your silver and gold. Another thing you want to consider right now is, we don't know what exactly is going to happen financially with the debt system. The dollar's going to collapse. Yeah, that's possible. More than likely, that is possible. I'll put a very high rating that will happen in the next few years here. And what's going to happen, folks, if you try to talk to people about silver and gold in your family, and they don't want nothing to do with it, and they're not living underneath your roof, what are you going to do when you get a knock on the door and they're hungry or they need a place to stay? You're going to have to make that choice if you're financially able to help them out, because you're going to need your silver, your gold for yourself, for your family that lives with you, and if you have pets, you got to take care of your pets too. Anybody outside living out of your home, you're going to have to make that call yourself. All right? I can't make that call for you, but your number one responsibility really is taking care of the people in your own home and your pets. And, if family lives outside your home and you try talking with them, well, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I got 12 cans of beans ready that I put on a regular rotation. I got 12 bottles of water ready at all times on a rotation. I eat, when we have hot dogs or something like that, we eat a can of beans. They're going to get fresh stuff. But you know what? At the end of the day, the 12 people that come knocking first are going to get a can of beans and a bottle of water. Now, am I really going to do that? No, but you can, you can say that to your family. Well, this is what you're going to do. Maybe it will wise them up, folks. Maybe it will wise them up. And, little by little, have fun this holiday season. Maybe give up a couple $50, a couple silver coins, play some games this holiday season, and maybe you can open some talks with the family then too. It could be just simple games, don't have to cost a lot of money. It just, whatever you folks want to do, it could just be simple games, trivia game, or whatever the case may be, and that don't have to cost you any money to go buy a game. All right, it could be simple stuff like that. It could be just handing out one Franklin $50, one walking $50 to every family member that comes over for the holidays, and then say, now I want to sit down and talk to anybody for about 20 minutes. If people can't stand for a 20-minute conversation, well, and then say, if you don't want nothing to do with this conversation, give me my silver back. You can go with it that way and see how many people actually walk off. That's all I got, folks. Let me know what you guys think. If you guys have any questions for me, you guys know my email's in the description. And please like, share, and subscribe. Let's get the word out. The more likes these videos get, the more YouTube pushes them out. And the more times you guys share it with people, YouTube pushes out even further. Let's wake up America and Canada and people across the world. Thank you for tuning in. Coin Shop Chris is out.